Hello and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. Today we are back to the Ed Piskor situation, another video in the series. This is regarding a recent update from Claire Napier, the person who loves to write about people who have already left us, deceased, self-deleted due to online harassment and bullying from psychos like Claire. So, this is a post that for some reason, and I still haven't quite figured out why, she's trying to appear to be the victim here. This one looks like an actual threat, which isn't very cool. And it's in regards to David Handel, who I met his brother a few weeks ago. Great guy. He pays attention to the talk about his brother, as he would. You know, his brother is recently deceased due to horrible circumstances because of people like Claire. Better not write one of your weirdo psychotic female bullying hit pieces on this one is all I'm saying, which she already did. And David here, well, let's check him out. I do believe he is, a sailor and a helipilot. Okay. Not much else to go on here. Whoop-de-doo. Sounds like such a threat. Oh my god, he's a pilot and a sailor. He might be able to go to the UK. God. So, I love how this dipshit accuses you of bullying while doing textbook bullying himself. I don't understand what part of this is bullying. It sounds to me like he's giving her a heads up, like, don't do something stupid. And of course, because she already did the stupid thing that is in here, she's taking it as something else. For some reason my computer is very sensitive today. So anyways, the main subject today isn't necessarily Claire. It's one of her psychotic comic book Illuminati followers. I don't know. Is this a cult? What is it? It goes by Nami here on X, Twitter, whatever it is you're calling it these days. I don't really give a... Nobody understands when you say, like, yeah, so I was on X. You mean like ecstasy? No, like the app. Oh, you like Twitter. Yeah, like that. I love how this dipshit accuses you. Yeah, this is where it starts. She jumps in, defending him. And then this Drewby guy, he starts to explain things. Yes, because getting called out for lying is considered bullying. And which is really like what the guy did. He's just like, hey, his brother's still around. You haven't put him in the grave, which isn't going to happen either. But you should just stop talking shit. Seriously. So what did Claire say? That was a lie. That he was a high school dropout and shit. So he's including, there's other stuff in there. Dude's brother's wife and sister are calling her out for it. Yeah, she apologized for and recanted the high school dropout thing. What else do you want? Removing the piece and keeping his name out of your motherfucking mouth? That's a start. This is where I came in. Because it's clear. Like, they seem to have all the answers for what Ed should have done. While we all know that none of the things that they're now suggesting he should have done are the things that would have made it stop. So they're trying to take the high road when everything about what they were doing was so low road to begin with. And so they make so when we make suggestions like, I don't know, remove the piece, like delete it, take it offline, but no. She's getting the attention that she wants. She's getting those pats on the back from people like Nami here, where they're like, it's so brave. It was so insightful. Which I don't even think this chick has read it or knows anything about the situation. She's just jumping in because she wants clout from Claire. We're going to see why. Like I already said, I looked her up. So we're going to see more about this chick later. Okay, you haven't said what else Claire has lied about. And of course it's in quotes, isn't like, she doesn't really lie, but you're saying that she lied about what she hasn't already recanted. So it sounds to me like you've got nothing, buddy. So then I point out a video I made. You might have already seen it, where I go line by line through the document, stating what's not true, what I don't know if it's true or not, pointing out that, she uses material from over a decade ago and doesn't really know who Ed was just before he died, and doesn't even address the fact that there really wasn't any evidence or proof to the accusations to begin with, which is my biggest beef. Let's see here. She does state, and they go sidebar here. Sounds like bullying and harassment to me. It's funny. They seem to always know what bullying and harassment is when it's towards them. If they do it to somebody else, they're just being a good person. They have the moral high ground for no reason. I can't think of a reason. They just seem to think they have the moral high ground. And I can't think of anything in this description here that sounds like bullying and harassment. Ed Piskor continued attacks against the dead man. That's what this was. Claire Napier continues attacks against Ed Piskor months after his death. We go over the full document. I don't know what about that is harassment and bullying. If somebody could explain that to me, it'd be helpful. Because nothing that these persons seem to point out or arguments that they make add up at all. It's just self-deflection and gaslighting, which you clearly so concerned about. Ha ha ha. So you admit Claire's being a bully and harassing Ed's family. Cool, you're a fucking piece of shit too. I guess I didn't put fucking in there, but whatever. You've just been added to my list of Whisper Network fucktards. Yeah, and this is where we're at. Good job, Nami. You are now on the list. Also, I'm not giving your video any views. I thought this was great. And this back and forth goes on for a bit. So if you care enough about your man's reputation to try to change my views on it, which I don't give a fuck what your views are, because you've already proven yourself that you're kind of a useless human being. Like you jumped in on an argument where you don't know either side of the story. You'll just tell me what you think Claire said that was so untrue. No. I gave you an answer and a place to go to find them for your question/questions, because obviously you're wanting more than one thing to be found to be labeled as false in her hit piece. So yeah, I point them out. You just don't want to see them. If I just cover my eyes, it's not happening. If I cover my ears, I can't hear the words. That's the game that she's playing here. If she doesn't watch it, she won't know. Until then, you're just a sex pest defending bully who loves to harass women. Pest defending. Again, accusations were never proven. And who am I harassing? Show me a woman. Show me a woman here. Because clearly you're not mature. Acting like a high school girl. Claire clearly has the mentality of like a 12, 13-year-old woman. Girl. Whatever it is you want to... They, them. Whatever they consider a 13-year-old girl to be. So you're labeling a video without watching it on a channel that is not monetized. Have you always been this lazy and stupid, or is this a new trick that you've learned? Claire didn't write about the Ed of 2024. She found decade-old material that didn't reflect the man that he was. That's a huge part of it. Oh, please, do explain to me why watching your literally worthless video is worth my time. I think I just did that. Claire didn't write about the Ed of 2024. She cited decade-old material from a different time in his life. Can't read, can't pay attention. It's no wonder she teaches art. And from what I saw and read, Ed sure didn't seem sincerely apologetic about any of the shit he pulled, no matter how long ago it was. Okay, so she's acknowledging the decade-old material, but she's confusing that with the accusations, which apparently happened somewhere between 2019 with Molly Wright and 2020 with Molly Dwyer. That wasn't a decade ago. So already she's confusing the two things. It's hilarious. Molly Wright fucked him twice when she conveniently decided to leave out, which she conveniently decided to leave out of her accusation. And Molly Dwyer edited her DMs while not releasing the rest when asked. As for the Whisper Psycho Network, DeCampi is a sadistic psycho bitch with Villalobos' racist ass. And Villalobos is clearly a racist. Just because someone had sex with someone doesn't mean that they weren't assaulted later. That wasn't the accusation. Nobody was assaulted. She sticks with this, claiming that women were assaulted by Ed. That has never been an accusation from anyone that I've seen. That's never been brought up. Not with any of the names that I've already mentioned. How stupid can you be? Well, clearly you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, self-reflection here, I'm guessing, and someone can be as much of a psycho bitch as they want. Not when they get someone killed. No. This is when a bitch needs to be put in their place. Still doesn't mean they deserve to be sexually assaulted, asshole. DeCampi was never sexually assaulted. She said that Ed was a transphobe and a racist. So she didn't even jump in on that. She just added to the pile of a guy who wrote and drew Hip Hop Family Tree, because clearly a white man, celebrating black culture has got to be racist. I mean, there's no other explanation as to why he would do that. I mean, God. These people are so dense. Like thick skulls with nothing in them. What was the assault? She engaged in sex with Ed, then claimed that he had offered her his agent's number for a blowjob, which he denied. You're acting like women don't lie. And then we have this back and forth about who's a liar, who's not. You're acting like men don't lie or assault women. You're acting like women don't lie about being assaulted or groomed, which are these are the accusations. Not assault. God. And you're acting like men don't harass or groom women, which is statistically way more common, but you wouldn't care about that, would you? And here is where it gets interesting. Because this is kind of like, she's one of these people that think that like 10,000 black men are shot by cops every year, when in reality, unarmed black men shot by police, it's like 10, 12 per year, maybe. And if you look at white dudes, it's like 50 to 60. But who gives a fuck about them? Yeah, and then here I lay out some Psychology 101, if she had ever taken that in college. I don't know if she went to college. We'll find that out in a little bit. But no, anybody who's taken Psychology 101 will know statistically women lie more than men, because they're the ones that say, words are violence. Stop it. Words are violence. To you, yes. To men, shut the fuck up. All they do is harass and bully each other verbally through gossip and lies. This is how they keep their pecking order. Fucking Mean Girls. Mean Girls, you could almost declare that to be a documentary about high school girl culture. Look at the shit they did in Mean Girls. And that continues on in the workplace, and it continues on in family life. This is your pecking order with women. They don't hit each other. They don't punch each other in the face. There's no tripping or kicking or any of that shit. Sometimes, yes. I've seen bitches get their head stomped in the street. I lived in the ghetto. I know what happens. That's some ghetto shit. But women tend to talk to their friends, talk to their family, make up lies and gossip, spread the word, have everybody looking down upon the certain person that just got out of the pecking order. And this is how women operate. Men hit each other and grab a beer afterwards. That's how we operate. We just go straight to the, did you fucking say shit about me? All right, outside. You go outside. You throw a couple punches at each other, and then you go grab a beer afterwards. End of story. It's quick. It's simple. This is how men do things. Okay, send me proof of these statistics. Do your own fucking homework. I'm not here to do your work for you. I know you like, because you're obviously a socialist. This person is definitely a communist / socialist. Really the same thing. They want other people to do their work for them. I am not going to do that. I've already done the work. I've already shared the work with you. I don't know what the fuck else you want from me. Last time I sent you something, you refused the answer. Do your own research. Yeah, you don't have an answer. Yeah, okay. Again, you already have shown that you refuse any answers to your questions if it contradicts your ideas. How is life with such a fragile mind? You sent me a single video and then were unable to explain the merits of said video to me when I offered to listen to them. No. I pointed that out. I clearly already stated that in this video. Yeah, the wrong Ed Piskor. We're not talking about 2013 Ed Piskor, which is what Claire decided to write about. We're talking about 2024 Ed Piskor. That's the Ed. That's the issue. And reading one interview and watching or listening to one podcast does not constitute research. Oh, man. That's not an answer, let alone in plural. No, you're not paying attention. Here's another, not that you care. And she doesn't care. Here's the article that I had written for free. Yeah, and then she bitches about, I'm not trying to profit off of the dead guy. And then she goes on about YouTube, Substack. Meanwhile, she is on Twitter defending a psycho. I don't care what the fuck you do. If you're really looking for answers, you wouldn't bitch about how they're presented. Clearly, you are here for clout with Claire and your group of mentally ill psychopaths. I'm absolutely here with Claire. Bingo, there you go. She doesn't even know what the fuck we're talking about. She just jumps in defending Claire. I doubt that she even read either Ed's note that he left or the article that Claire wrote. I doubt she's read either one. But what clout do you think I or anyone is getting from defending her work from you and Ed's army of carcass dick-sucking fans harassing her? You all work together? Isn't that part of what Claire was saying? Was like, it's about professional. We're professionals. And you're going to go and try to send your comic to some small press company, and they're going to be like, well, have you ever Well, I know Claire, and I know DeCampi, and I know Villalobos, and yeah, we talk all the time on Twitter. Yep. Oh, do you remember that whole thing with Ed Piskor? Yeah. I was, oh my God. I was defending her so hard on that. That was so wrong what they did. This is the clout that you're trying to get. People are tired of the woke army running around ruining people's lives for no reason other than to feed their fucking egos. Again, no charges filed, no lawsuits, just people bitching online that have families harassed, careers ruined, and no people are dead. And now people are dead. You are horrible. The woke army tells me right away that you are a completely unserious clown of a human being. Really, what would you call yourself? I mean, Comics Illuminati, actually, I'm not going to lie, it sounds kind of cool. But then I just think that you're like some Asian Beyonce who wants to be white, because clearly Beyonce wants to be white. Like, I don't know. Yeah, woke army. Like, I think that kind of points everything out. Yeah, and then it goes on about, believe in all women, tells me you have no grounding in reality. When did I say believe all women? Now you're putting words in my mouth. Well, it's better than the dick that Molly Wright was complaining about. No, you put the words in your mouth. Not only do you think that the women who accuse Ed are telling the truth, you don't even know the accusations against him and by whom. You know nothing. I don't think you're even seriously defending Ed anymore. Come on, you're a clown's clown. Well, I like baskets, so I don't know, is that an insult? And she goes on to accusing me of seeking attention. And then she says, then I replied, who's seeking attention now? She says, me. And then this is where we leave off. Because, yeah, I had left the conversation at that point. And did she delete it? I think she might have deleted it. Because at one point she said something about, like, why are you seeking attention for me? And I just happened to check my notifications. I wrote back, who's seeking attention now? And she says, me. Yeah, it's all just downhill from there. It's a clusterfuck. It's like these people write these things. Claire writes this article. And she's stuck having to defend like her lack of research, the not even inaccuracies, the flat out lies that she wrote on it. She's having to defend that, which clearly you can't do, And then these people jump in to defend her, not knowing what the hell the situation is. They're just, I'm in this army. I shall march for you. So who is this chick? Nami. And party time, excellent. So clearly she's familiar with Wayne's World. She lives in the cesspool that is known as the DC metro area, Washington, D.C. Joined back in 2013. Just about the time that all the woke SJW bullshit started. Interesting. And she tends to... What the fuck does she post on here anyways? I was at a Zoom meeting today. Okay, nobody gives a fuck. Wow, you sat in one place for 8 hours looking at other people on a computer. That's such hard work. Oh my god. I don't know how you made it through. Did you need some Gatorade? Were you thirsty? And blah, 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 blah. So many folks out here defending men who abuse and sexually harass assault women that I'm starting to find it funny when these guys threaten to kill themselves. Like, look, dude, you have endless reams of support out there, and you're all harassing your accusers on your behalf. Okay. This is from 15 hours ago. What is she talking about? Men who abuse and sexually harass and assault women. If this is about Ed, again, this is all completely inaccurate. And then she's like, and then they threatened to do this. Well, the guy did it. He said why he did it. either she's out of the loop or she's just willfully this stupid. Blah, blah, blah. If there's one thing I can do a lot of shooting the shit about or giving in front of me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she can talk about art. Okay. She's in the Pokemon. Yada, yada, yada. All right. So, anyways, that's her Twitter account. This is her Nami Oshiro. And apparently she does art and comics, which I already looked at these prior. Fart Stories, that's a whopping 11 pages. Bravo. Strawberry Cat. Read an excerpt. Okay. Wow. I know of people who did similar art to this in high school. Very, very similar. Okay. That was Strawberry Cat. Unsent love letters. I don't give a fuck who she loves. Mama's epilogue. Okay. So we've got 3 pages here. Does it say... Oh, it's a full 11-page comic. So she basically does zines. Like, this is something that I would see in an indie press collaboration deal back in the 90s in Kalamazoo, is what I'm seeing. Paintings. Well, you know, after looking at this before, I have to say at least her use of color is pretty damn good. Can't really say much for this watercolor. And yeah, these watercolors down here just kind of... But up here, I mean, kind of reminds me of like Mexican art, honestly. Like the colors that are used and everything, it feels like I'm going to be served like a wet burrito or something. Drawings. You know, some of this kind of reminds me of like Japanese woodblock, and then others, it's just... I guess it's a good use of black and white contrast. I'll put it that way. It's not bad. Not great, not bad. The flower thing, like I'm assuming maybe it's supposed to be like a trans dude, or he's hiding his dick with a flower, or it's a chick that doesn't shave. I don't know. And then, for a minute I thought is that like a juggalo? Right here, this jug looks like a member of the Insane Clown Posse. I don't know. That is... Ooh, let's do some shopping, shall we? What does she have in here? T-shirts. Okay, so she does monetize her shit. All right. Actually, some of these stickers are not bad. Yeah, not all that bad. I don't know about the t-shirts, but not really. Anyway, so bio. All right, so this is the person in question. Seems harmless enough. But, let's see here. I am Nami, an Okinawan American artist. I was born in California, raised in Florida. Florida woman. Live in Virginia and work in D.C. Yeah, she works in a cesspool. Okay. And California and Florida? Good God. No wonder she's fucked up. I make drawings and paintings influenced by both my doomsday cult upbringing. Told ya! Doomsday cult upbringing and my Okinawan background. My work has been described by viewers as bizarre, unsettling, nihilistic, abominable, and very upsetting to my friend Daniel. These are the words that she used to describe her work. Because that's, holy shit. She's got a Bachelor in Fine Arts. Okay. She's done exhibits. Junior group exhibits. Solo juried. Okay, so there's like maybe some ranking in here. I'm not seeing any awards or anything. All right. Awards and recognition. Okay, I'm not really. Okay, so she won a grant. She won a grant. She wrote a grant. Like that's common. Like the federal government gives out our tax dollars as grant money like it's fucking candy. Media, don't care. Publication as artist slash writer. Okay, so she did a cover. All right, and then she's got three comics. I'm guessing maybe because you've got unsent love letters. Okay, that's okay. So she took something that was already published and she turned it into a zine. That's what I'm seeing here. And then she was the artist on Uncanny Valley. The Bleachy Times issue 7. And let's see here. This one is from 2013. So that's 11 years ago. By the way, if I was to say this unsent love letters represents her art as a whole, that is equivalent to the article that was written about Ed. Because all the interviews and everything were from 2013. Now, do you think Nami would say that's fair? Oh, I've done so much stuff since then. Yeah. And I bet you might have grown from a person. I don't know what kind of a person you were in 2013, but I can't imagine if you're this horrible now. I don't want to know what you were like in 2013. You're probably all pissed off that the Occupy movement fell apart. I don't know. I don't know what you were like back then, but that's the equivalent. That's what people are pissed off about. And then everything else is from 2021. The other two are from 2021, and she did this one cover June of last year. A cover. Not an entire issue. Workshops. Okay, is this workshops that she ran or she went to? Graphic novel camp. Okay, she must have a graphic novel on the way. Make your own comics. Yep, she's put that one to good use. DIY comics from cover to cover. Oh my god. We used to figure out how to do this at your fucking Kinko's. You had to take a workshop to figure out how to do your own comic from cover to cover. Interesting. Professional experience. Arts and Education and Administrator. Life Pieces to Masterpieces, Washington, D.C. Okay. Illustrator. Freelance. Virginia. So she's doing these two things right now. Freelance illustrator. And she's an arts educator and administrator, which is probably just the same job. Life Pieces to Masterpieces. I don't know what that is, but I bet it's one of those grants. I bet she's running something that requires a grant. Writer and illustrator, class hero, Vancouver. And that was short-lived. And art teacher. She was an art teacher for 3 years. Life Pieces to Masterpieces. So she went back to the thing that she had been doing before. Or, I don't know, she's got that. What's this gap here? 2 years. A 2-year gap. What happened in there? Interesting. That's something that comes up when people do these job interviews. So she left that place for 2 years. What was going on? Don't know. So anyways, this nihilistic person here likes to talk about things she knows nothing about. She'll defend horrible people. And she has no problem with these horrible people doing horrible things. She'll stick up for them. She won't read the articles. She won't watch a YouTube video to learn more about a certain subject. We know that already. She just likes to bitch and moan. Fitting. All right, so that's about it. That's all I have to share. thought I would get this out there. Just know that Nami is also one of the psychopaths out there that's defending people like DeCampi and Claire Napier. Just another psycho.